Guys, I need to ask you a question that really matters. Have you ever given your partner what you thought was your absolute best, only to feel a disconnect? Like the energy just didn't catch fire? If that's ever happened, you're in the right place. I'm Dr. Julian Reed, a physician specializing in men's wellness and relational dynamics. In my years of practice, a single question echoes in my office more than any other. What actually works to make her feel truly awakened? Today, I'll give you that answer. It's not about complex choreography or superhuman stamina. It's about a fundamental shift in understanding, a shift that builds unshakable confidence. Let's clear a major misconception off the table immediately. Effective intimacy isn't a collection of secret moves. It's a biological and emotional conversation. When you learn the language her body speaks, everything changes. You move from guesswork to grounded knowing. That's when anxiety fades and authentic connection takes over. My promise to you is straightforward. By the time we finish, you'll have a clear, actionable framework to help your partner feel profoundly secure, emotionally seen, and physically aroused. I've witnessed this transformation in men of all ages. The breakthrough comes not from trying harder, but from understanding smarter. Today's map has 3 parts. First, we'll uncover why common efforts often miss the mark. Second, I'll share the single most reliable approach to building arousal, what I call the unified sensation method. And third, we'll explore how to keep this connection vibrant and new, no matter how long you've been together. Stick around, because the final insight reframes everything you thought you knew about lasting vitality. So, why do sincere attempts sometimes fall flat? The core issue is rarely a lack of effort. It's a gap in education. Male and female arousal patterns are fundamentally different. For men, the pathway is often direct, a quick ignition. Think of it like striking a match, it flares rapidly. For women, it's more like kindling a fire. It requires the right conditions, a gradual building of heat from a steady glow to a full flame. This isn't psychological, it's physiological. Female arousal is a whole-body event, governed by a symphony of nerve signals, blood flow, and hormonal cues that require time and the right emotional climate to crescendo. If her mind perceives rush, pressure, or distraction, her nervous system interprets it as a threat, not an invitation. The body literally shuts down the pathways to pleasure for its own protection. Therefore, the most critical phase of intimacy happens before any overtly sexual touch. It lives in the quality of your presence, your eye contact, the calm in your breath, the safety in your energy. This is the prelude that tells her system, it's safe to let go. When you master this, you're not just touching her body, you're welcoming her entire being. Now, let's identify 4 common patterns that unintentionally hinder this process. Recognizing these is half the battle. The first miscalculation, treating oral intimacy as a starter. This is a classic well-intentioned error. If her body isn't already humming with sensation, direct stimulation can feel abrupt or even uncomfortable. It's like revving a cold engine. That act is powerful, but it's best positioned as a bridge, not the foundation. The second misstep, an overly tentative touch. A light, skittering contact can register as ticklish or uncertain, failing to send a clear signal of intentional pleasure. The nervous system responds to confident, purposeful pressure. Conversely, a rough or grabby touch is just as disruptive. The sweet spot is engaged, responsive contact. Third, relying solely on massage. While massage is wonderful for relaxation, it often cultivates a passive, spa-like state. It soothes but doesn't necessarily stoke the fires of desire. You can use it to melt away tension, but view it as an opening scene, not the main narrative. Fourth, keeping her in her head. While words have power, an overload of talk, whether dirty or complimentary, can trap her in analysis. True arousal is a state of feeling, not thinking. Your goal is to guide her from her mind down into her body, into breath and sensation. If any of these sound familiar, don't worry. They're nearly universal. The fantastic news? Correcting them creates immediate positive change. When you stop creating resistance, her body's natural capacity for response can fully emerge. So, what is the alternative? What approach consistently fosters deep, reliable arousal? Let me introduce the unified sensation method. This isn't a trick, it's a principle. Instead of zeroing in on specific erogenous zones prematurely, you engage her entire sensory field. You use your whole self, your torso, your limbs, your breath, your skin, to create a continuous, enveloping wave of contact. Why is this so potent? Biologically, a woman's skin is a vast network of erotic potential. Stimulating large areas simultaneously, her back, flanks, thighs, sends a cascade of positive signals through her nervous system, priming her entire body for deeper intimacy. There's no pressure on any single point, just a welcoming flood of sensation. Emotionally, this method communicates a powerful message. I desire all of you. It fosters a profound sense of safety and being cherished. And when a woman feels utterly safe, her capacity for pleasure expands exponentially. Resistance dissolves, replaced by genuine, surrendered desire. Here's how to practice it. Begin with centering yourself. Slow your breathing. Be fully in the room, in your body. Your undivided attention is the most potent catalyst. Then, initiate contact with multiple points. Let your chest rest against her back. Glide your forearm along her side. Kiss her shoulder while your hand cradles her hip. Create a tapestry of touch. Vary your rhythm and pressure. Monotony is the enemy of arousal. Shift from slow, broad strokes to firmer, more focused touches. Alternate between your hands, your lips, the weight of your body. This variation keeps her nervous system engaged and alert. Most importantly, learn to read her. This is a dialogue. Listen to the language of her breath, the arch of her back, the small sounds she makes. Her body will tell you what it needs next: more pressure, a different pace, a shift in focus. Your job is to listen and respond, not to perform a script. The unified sensation method turns intimacy from a task into a shared experience. It's about connection, not perfection. When you embody this, you'll discover that lasting power isn't about duration, but about depth of presence. Of course, no single approach should become a rigid routine. The key to keeping passion alive is adaptive awareness. Your partner is not the same every day. Your sensitivity to her shifting energy is what makes intimacy perpetually new. Stay present and responsive. Some evenings call for languid, slow-building warmth. Others might crave more dynamic, passionate energy. The method remains, but the music changes. Shift positions. Try connecting while standing or side by side. A simple change in angle can refresh everything. Mix emotional tones. Be playful and lighthearted sometimes. Be deeply intense and connected at others. Follow the emotional current of the moment. Avoid turning connection into a predictable checklist. Move from a mindset of what's next on the list to what is her body asking for right now. Finally, nurture curiosity. Have open conversations away from the bedroom. Ask what felt amazing for you, or is there anything you'd love to explore? This demonstrates confidence and care, and it gives you invaluable insight. Remember, your ultimate goal isn't to execute a technique flawlessly. It's to make her feel profoundly safe, desired, and seen. When you prioritize that, every encounter becomes unique and electric. Now, let's address a vital foundation for all of this: your own vitality. Great intimacy requires energy, presence, and confident circulation. For many men as they age, a subtle decline in blood flow can quietly undermine confidence and stamina. This isn't an irrevocable decline. It's often a matter of vascular support. The cornerstone of healthy blood flow is nitric oxide, the molecule that keeps your vessels flexible and responsive. You can support this naturally. Focus on foods rich in compounds that boost nitric oxide production. Think beets, leafy greens, and pomegranates. In my practice, I've seen men revitalize their intimate lives by simply improving their circulatory health, sometimes adding a clean, natural supplement like a high-quality beetroot extract. When your circulation is strong, your physical confidence returns. When you're not worried about performance, you can be fully present. And presence is the ultimate aphrodisiac. It creates a virtuous cycle. A healthy body supports a confident mind, which fosters deeper connection, which fuels greater vitality. If you've ever felt disconnected or uncertain, please hear this. You are not past your prime. You have the capacity to rebuild this aspect of your life with knowledge and intention. Start with presence. Master the principle of unified sensation. And support the inner circulation that fuels outer confidence. Intimacy isn't about perfect moves, but profound connection. Her deepest arousal begins in a feeling of absolute safety. I've worked with countless men who believed their best days were behind them. They all discovered a new beginning. You can reignite passion. You can restore a powerful sense of connection. If this perspective resonated with you, please support our community by hitting the like button. It helps us reach more men seeking wise guidance. Subscribe for more insights into men's holistic well-being. Now, I'm curious, which of the concepts we discussed, the idea of whole-body engagement or the importance of pre-touch presence, struck you as most important? Let's talk below. I'm Dr. Julian Reed. Remember, true confidence in intimacy springs from understanding, not mystery. Thank you for watching.